Welcome back. And we're with Coach Chip Walker, head football coach of the Newnan Cougars. Coach, I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but I mean, with football in the air and scrimmage games already complete, you know, now's the time. The real season begins. You know, tell us about what you're excited about this year's Newnan Cougar football team.
Well, just excited to see those guys get to go out there live on a Friday night after all the work that they've put in. You know, one of the things that people need to understand, football has turned into a year-round sport, and these guys have been working since January to get to this point. And so, you know, it's going to be 8 months accumulation of all the hard work and time and effort and practice and weightlifting and meeting and all the different things that they have to do to get on the field. And we talk a lot about, you know, football is a sport. It's not like a lot of these sports. Really and truly only about 10% of the time you spend at football is actually playing the game. And so we're excited about getting that opportunity.
Coach, you've meant so much to the community. You know, Newnan High School football, it is a traditional, you know, program, and for you to be there, it is just a true gift to the community and everything. You know, Coach, you've won state championships. You've won over 100 football games. That is so hard to do in modern day football, and you've done it at a very high level. And just like with Coach McDonald, Coach Small, you know, Mike's right there on the cusp of his 100th game, and Coach Small eclipsed that last year. You know, what is the drive? What is the motivational thing that just keeps, you know, waking Chip Walker up and keeping him going and doing what he does? Because it's not easy.
It's the kids. That's the thing that is the big draw to me is being able to watch the kids grow and mature in your program and become, you know, you see them from the time that they're middle school kids and they get off the bus, the first time they come to lift weights in the winter, to watch them grow and mature to when the time they're seniors, and then go on and get the chance to see them after that. That's the thing that is the big draw. Yeah, we all want to go out and win every Friday night, and we want to do all the different things, but to see those guys and help them be successful people in our community, that's the most important thing. And, you know, that's kind of the thing, you know, it kind of, I don't know, makes you feel like you're staying young or whatever. And I enjoy getting the chance to go be around them every day.
Awesome. Coach, you've been through it all that most coaches don't have to deal with. Everyone had to deal with the pandemic, but then next thing you know, the community was rocked by a tornado and a massive storm, and just all the makeshift that's gone into that takes leadership. And now, hopefully, you know, we're starting to see maybe a little bit of light right there at the end of the tunnel. But you know, expand upon that. But before we go, let me just tell you that we've got mad respect for the job that you've done to keep everything in place and to just be that figure for the community, for these kids, for the school, and just want to thank you for that. But just, you know, how is the challenge of all that? Do you see that starting to come to fruition with the school and the new state and the new school in the upcoming season?
Well, I appreciate it, and I can tell you it's obviously it's the most difficult thing that I've ever been through professionally. I don't know a lot of folks quite understand exactly what our young men and women and teachers and administrators and coaches, all the things that they've gone through over the last several years in order to keep that place up and running and keep it going, and then to graduate kids and produce, you know, all the different things that have gone on in all sports, not just football, but ours has been particularly difficult. You know, we've worked out in the tent for the last 3 years. Right. We have this summer has probably been the most difficult. I know everybody's thinking, hey, we're about to get back in the locker room. Right. And all those things, but it's the summer that we've had the least amount of space, the least amount of time. And so it's probably been the most difficult. Our kids did not step in the locker room but one time all summer, and that was to get their pads and get their things before we had a patty camp. And so it's just, you know, I don't even know if you can sit here and explain it. And
they ought to do a movie on it.
Yeah, really. But, and, you know, and it's probably more difficult on the coaches than it is on the kids. You know, kids are adaptable. they overcome and do the things, and then coaches are sitting here, you know, how come we don't have air conditioning? How come we don't have power? Why do we not have the internet? And you know, you're doing all the different things that you're trying to do in order to get to the football season, and it's been you know, it's been crazy. But the big thing, our kids have been great. They've worked hard the whole time. We've never had one issue about not working hard, not being there, not doing. And our coaching staff is unbelievable. For them to be able to pull off some of the things that they've pulled off that nobody will ever know anything about, it's been crazy. They just a bunch of guys who whatever you ask them to do, hey, if we got to go over here to the warehouse across town where all our stuff's stored and get 30 sets of pants, you know, for picture day, at the drop of a hat, we'll go do it. And that's what they did. And so it's been great. And now, on the back end of that, we're looking forward to, you know, maybe the next 2 months we might be in everything. Who knows? That's kind of one
Fingers crossed, right?
It's a moving target, you know. Those targets are always moving. You know, we're still not in a locker room yet. We've been told several different dates, and it keeps getting backed up. But so the light is at the end of the tunnel, as you said, but sometimes it looks like that tunnel keeps getting longer and longer.
Well, Coach, your leadership and resiliency has been nothing short of remarkable in all this. And like you said, what you mean to the kids, what you mean to the community is amazing. You know, you had a big win, you know, over Griffin, which is a, you know, state power year in, year out. A lot of great athletes. You know, as we go into the primetime kickoff for Saturday's game versus Sandy Creek, you know, did some things jump out at you, some names, without giving away the game plan, but some people that you're really excited about that have shown a lot of growth from maybe last season to this season that you're expecting big things from?
Yeah, well, you know, first off, obviously with the Griffin game, went out and won 16-0, so you got to start on the defensive side of the ball. Felt really good about it. Off to a little bit of a slow start, you know, and then after that, you know, we kind of got after them pretty good. Anytime you can go to Griffin and they don't score,
that's doing a good job.
That's pretty good.
Not too many people can say they've done that in that stadium.
And so, you know, defensive line-wise, Caleb Reed and Zachariah Tucker really had really good games. And then there's a sophomore defensive lineman in there, Jackson White, played good. Secondary on the back end, kind of the two guys back there who kind of the co-captains and that drive the ship a little bit. Jameer Scandrick had an interception. Corey Turks played really good out at corner. So we were pleased with that. And then probably the linebacker is probably the strength of our defense with Rodney Colton, Josiah Smith, Imarion Nichols. And those guys did a great job. And then Brent Gregory, kind of the guy who kind of calls it all. So we were pleased with that. Offensively, you know, we had a big touchdown throw and catch from freshman Brody Campbell to Jeremiah George, which was a big play for us. We thought we ran the ball good at times. With Jalen Teagle and the offensive line, I thought they came off the ball good. Brandavius Mann,
love him. Yeah, great guy.
Is a great guy. Has moved over to coach the offensive line, and I thought that those guys did some really good things. Got a long way to go, as most offensive lines at this point in time, but you know, it went good. Obviously, we're in a little bit of a quarterback. We're trying to figure out who quarterback's going to be, and all three of them did some good things. So it's
a great problem to have, Coach. Yeah.
It's
not easy.
It isn't easy, but it's probably the first time I've ever been on a team that had three guys who could actually play quarterback and
all three,
and you not worry about it. So we've been pleased with that.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you again. Thank you so much for all you mean to the city of Newnan community, and we're just real excited about the kickoff against Sandy Creek, and we'll be there. And best of luck to you, and go get them.
Thank you.
Thank you.